Hi guys, welcome back to part 2. So we have taken out Dragon Rider, Last Giant, and Pursuer, so we're in the Lost Bastille. And we're gonna head through this area. Mainly this area, we're coming here to get the merchant and get some upgrade materials. So let me just go back. So when we first get here, got my mouse here, we're gonna open this right chest, okay? You don't need the left one, don't worry about that one. So we're gonna get that. This is going to be an ember that we give to the blacksmith that enables us to upgrade our weapon. And then we're going to just bow this guy. This area takes a little bit of time. And also be mindful that your arrows are limited. Something that you could do is you can go buy the wooden arrows. They're really cheap. They don't do as much damage, but you can get a lot of them just as a precaution until you get more comfortable with shooting these enemies. They're not the worst. They can move a little weird though, so just keep that in mind. You have, you have a little bit of breathing room, so you don't have to worry too much, but just take your time. And then we're gonna go pick up, mainly we're picking up the large Titanite from that cliff. And then we're gonna head through here. We're gonna run in and shoot this barrel with a fire arrow. As you notice, I use the fire arrow. I have 9 now. And then we're just going to shoot that guy. And then we're going to shoot this barrel. There's 3 dogs down here, okay? Just keep that in mind. Pay attention to how many of them die. Not all the time will they die in the fire explosion. So just know that. You can lock on and shoot them from up there. You're really safe. We're going to head to the chest and then run out. And then we're going to pop the Pursuer soul. The reason I do that is because if you just run in straight, you have to do a dodge for the Pursuer. And sometimes it's kind of risky, man. Like, you'll be in this situation and he'll do whatever attack. You could get a little anxious and roll too early, roll too late, or he could just do something really crazy. So if you run to the chest, run back, he'll spawn. And I pop the soul that we just got from the last Pursuer, and he'll go away, okay? So that you're safe to come in here and get this chest. So that's like the safest thing you can do. What do we get from here? I think it's the fragment thing. Yeah, okay, the fragment branch. So that's gonna allow us to head to where like Notch is and stuff like that. And then just head back up the ladder. And then we're going to go left here and open this door. And then something really important, really important. Make sure you get this item in this chest. This is a key that you need later, okay, for the next split that we're going to do. So just make sure you get this. It's very important. I've forgotten this key so many times. So just get that chest. And then now what we're doing is we're aiming at this barrel here. And we're going to wait for him to come up to this point right here. So when he takes his steps in that area, you shoot the barrel and it'll knock him off. So you won't have to deal with him. And you shoot the barrel with the fire arrow. And then we're going to head down here. We're going to just go over here, aggro this guy so that he gets away from that barrel, because he can kick it down and it'll break. And you'll have to do this entire area over again. So I like to run away from him and shoot those barrels so that it gets his health down quite a bit, because remember, you're limited on arrows. Also remember, something that I did not mention is that there's a dude, an invader called Forlorn. He can invade you wherever he wants. I'll kind of point out the invasion spots and what you can do to avoid him. For this area, he can invade you. And something good that you can do, it's really nice, is if you have your Homeward Bone equipped here and he's gonna invade you, it'll gray out. It'll look like this. It'll look grayed out, so that you know, like 5 seconds later, or 3 seconds later, whatever, it'll show up and say that Forlorn's invading you. And what happens is if you go towards that guy with the barrel, then that's when he'll invade you. That's how you know he's gonna be there. So something that I've done, I've only had him invade me like twice here. What I do is I go up this ramp here. I'll show you. So yeah, if you see that he's going to invade you, you can still do the same thing that you just did. Go up this ladder up here, and what'll happen is he will try to go up the ladder, and then you can use your weapon, use your rapier once he comes up to the top, and he has a little bit of iframes when he gets off the ladder. But if you just hit him off, like you can just hit him with your weapon, and he'll fall all the way off, and he'll fall all the way down, and he'll die. So that's something good that you can do. It's very, very rare that he will invade you here, though. A very low chance. I'll tell you some of the other areas that he can invade you that are really, really scary. So yeah, all we're gonna do is kill this guy. You can either learn his attacks and melee him, or you can hit him with arrows. I like to just keep it safe, you know? And I don't like to risk it. So I just hit him from afar, and then he dies. And when we went up that ladder, we picked up a large Titanite, which is for upgrading your weapon. So it's Titanite shard, large Titanite, Titanite chunks, and then a Titanite slab. Those are your upgrades. And then what I just picked up was a gold pine resin, lightning buff for your weapon. And you're gonna roll the barrel down. Now, sometimes, just like this, just like in this situation here, when you roll it down, it'll either roll towards the wall like you want it to, because our merchant that we want is behind this wall. It's kind of hidden. So you're gonna roll it down. What you want to happen, like the best RNG, is that it'll roll down, it'll blow up the wall, and it'll kill one of the dogs that are over here, because there's 2 dogs that are down here. So if it rolls down, breaks the wall, and it'll kill the one that's like right here, that's like the best RNG that you can get. But obviously that doesn't happen all the time. So as you can see, what just happened is that it rolled, but it stopped short. So you can either throw a firebomb, which is why we bought 2, one for this part, or shoot it with a fire arrow and then just kill these dogs over here. Or like the worst thing that could happen is that it'll roll, but it'll roll off to the side where the dogs are. So just be very careful to not, like, this barrel is very precious, okay? If this thing breaks or blows up or whatever before this wall, you have to do this entire area over again, and you don't want to do that. So if it goes over here, there are dogs. The dogs in here aren't too bad. You can just shoot them with arrows. I think it takes like two arrows to kill each one. And yeah, so just keep that in mind and just know that. So here's one of the dogs. So it takes 3 arrows to kill them, okay? So there's 1 and there's 2. They're really dumb. They're not, like, Dark Souls 2 dogs, I think, are like the easiest ones to deal with. So just kill them. And then you're gonna go to the merchant here. You're gonna open these 3 chests. This one has large Titanite. One of them has arrows. I don't remember which one. This one has Titanite shards, and then this one has the arrows. You don't need the one that he's sitting on or the one over to the side, so don't worry about that. And then you're gonna exhaust his dialogue until he says, like, he calls you like an imbecile or whatever, and then you're gonna give him the ember that you picked up when you first got here. And then you're gonna get 4 large Titanite shards, okay? So you get 4 of them. So this merchant sells large Titanite shards for 2,500, and the other merchant at Majula sells Titanite shards, but he has a limited amount. So just remember that. The only things that we use in this game, in this run, are the rapier and the short bow. So then we're gonna buy 2 Titanite shards here, and then we're gonna level our bow, or our weapon. I think I leveled it to +7, right? Or +6, sorry. Yeah, okay, so +6, and then +4. There we go. Okay, so +6 and +4. +7 and above are gonna be your Titanite chunks. That's what it was. Okay. So once we do that, we're gonna head here. We're gonna level our ADP to 31. Okay, I said I was gonna tell you about this. All right, so ADP, right? ADP is for your iframes, okay? So if you notice, there's something called agility, AGL, right here. This goes up when you level your ADP, it doesn't go up every single level. It goes up through a certain amount that you level. And I believe 31 is what we get now. And then by the end of the run, I get 47. Okay. So 105. Okay. Maybe we'll keep this in mind because 110, and I'm kind of making like an educated guess because I think this is right. It's as close enough as it could be, but I believe 110 ADP or 110 agility is the same amount of iframes, invincibility frames, when you roll in Dark Souls 1. I think that's the exact same amount at 110. But let's just watch it and see, and we'll keep going because, like I said, I don't really know too much about this game. I know I was told some things, but it's been a little bit of time. So just know that 47 ADP is the most that you need to get, and 47 is more iframes than Dark Souls 1. So you actually have more invincibility frames, but I want to just keep an eye on it to just make sure because it could be 105 is the same. If you guys know, let me know below, okay? So we're going to level that to 31, and then whatever souls we have left, we're going to put into endurance. And now we're going to head towards getting the red tier stone ring. So that's what we're going to do. And then we're also going to go get an upgrade material, a Titanite chunk, to level our weapon to +7 before we go to Flexile. So we're gonna head up here where this dude is. He's chilling here with his fake moonlight greatsword. And the branch that we got from that chest where the pursuer was, the one that I let, you know, spawn and then despawn, this is where we use it. So we pick up these homeward bones here. So this little statue lady here, you're gonna use the branch so that she fucks off. And then you're going to pull this lever. Okay. Now, when you pull this lever, okay, some things are going to happen. There's going to be a million weird, nasty looking enemies that are going to come down. So you need to pay attention to that. So wait a second until they start to come down. And then you're going to throw a alluring skull as far as you can. And then just make sure you keep an eye on it there, because it'll obviously fade away. And then they'll start coming after you. And then you're going to either... For this Bastille, I think they're called, you can either shoot them with arrows or you can hit him with your weapon. Just know that he can do a quick attack. So just keep that in mind because he can like quickly hit you in between your weapon hits. Okay, so I like to bow him. Obviously, I kind of just ran by him, but yeah. So, and if you notice, these actually aren't his eyes. Haha. These are his eyes. His tiny eyes. It's so silly. So yeah. I ran out of stamina there, so I was just like, whatever, I'm just gonna roll past him. And once you get up to this point, the enemies won't come after you. And this door will just open automatically. Alright. So we are moving. I didn't even put the Ring of Blades on. I just saw that. And then apparently I just saw that in the run too. Ring of Blades actually helps you with your damage. So that's probably why some things were dying a lot slower. So we're going to run through here. We're going to kill this guy on the left. Ignore the dude that was just chilling on the right. And then stay behind that little stone right there. And throw an alluring skull for those dudes. And then we're going to run past this pile here. All the way to the bonfire. And then we're gonna go up the stairs and go through here. Okay, so these little things, you probably can't really see them too well now, but they're like little dog things, like little gremlins, whatever. I kill them because they can come after you and they can hit you. It's very rare that it'll happen, but I don't trust them at all. So I kill them. It takes 2 arrows to kill them. Just make sure you stay back because they can come after you, and that's not good. And then we're gonna run through here. So this hippo dude, if you run past him, you only have to roll once. I always roll twice just to be safe. but he'll never hit you. So roll, and then you can roll again just to be safe. But yeah, he'll never hit you. You're going to grab the red tier stone ring and then just run right past him. You can also, an alternative thing you can do is get that bonfire that we passed. And once you get the red tier stone ring, you can homeward bone out. But I just like to run back. And so, yeah, you're going to get this bonfire. And now we're going to head through Shaded Woods. So we rest just to reset the area, the enemies and stuff. So now we're going to run through Shaded Woods. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in. There's a big tree right here. What happens in this area is that there's invisible enemies and they can just come out of nowhere. They're really annoying. They have bows. They can backstab you. It's awful. This is a scary area to get through. This is actually one of the hardest areas, or the area that took me the longest to learn and get consistent. Like, I always had a hit in this freaking place. So the big trees, they have faces on them and they make sound, okay? They moan. I don't know why. I don't know the lore. But the enemies in here are attracted to these trees. So if you shoot them with an arrow and they start making sound, they'll go over to them and start attacking them, okay? So you're going to go in the beginning here, you're going to shoot that first tree. And then you're going to run to the left, all right? Stick to the left, curve around to the left over here, grab this soul, and then go left again. Or, hold on, let me go back. So we shoot the tree, and then we stick to the left here, and we go straight, pretty much. So just go straight through, curve a little bit to the left, kind of stick to the wall, and then you'll head to this body. And then if you turn a little bit, there's an opening. And this merchant right here is a merchant that we get gold pine resin from. So we're going to pop that soul that we just got. Exhaust his dialogue. Blah, 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 blah. And he will sell gold pine resin. So just get as many as you can for now. And then once you head out, you're going to head down and left. And then you're going to hit this tree, okay? You see the face? You see how it has a face? He has that moan face. So let me just go back so you can see. So once we buy this, you're going to head back out. You're going to curve a little bit down to the right and then go straight. And you'll see this big tree right here. So hit this tree and then just go to the left. And the mile markers that I use, so once we hit the tree, I turn left a little bit. And I see this body. There's like a body right here. I go to the left of that big tree, okay? And then I just keep going through, going straight until we get to this big tree. We're gonna hit that one. And then you're just gonna go straight, all the way straight, and then curve around, and you're gonna get this chest. And this chest has the Chloranthy ring +2, +1, something like that. It's for your stamina, okay? You guys know what Chloranthy ring is. So boom, +1, there you go. And then you're going to drop down and then curve up to the right. And then once you start seeing these like stones and stuff, you know that you're safe and you're out of the area. So that's pretty much Shaded Woods, okay? And then curve around. Try not to go too fast because you can fall off the ledge there. So just be careful until you are comfortable. And then we're going to grab the bonfire and then we're going to go get that chest that's right here. So we're just going to run. We have our bow equipped. And then we're going to curve around and we're going to shoot this guy. Okay. Shoot him once, go behind this wall. What he'll do is he will either break that pot and fall or just fall. Either way, you're going to do the same thing. Break that pot. It does curse if that meter builds up, but you break it very quickly. So you don't have to worry about that. Grab the Titanite chunk and use your homeward bone. Don't forget to get that bonfire too. Okay. So once we're back, they're all reset. We're going to just come up here a little bit. And then we're going to jump and break this pot. We're going to grab this soul right here. This soul is worth like 5,000. And this is what we're going to use to upgrade our weapon. Because remember, we just used our souls on the gold pine resin. And we're done with this area. Now, I will tell you guys something since we're not really doing much here. What you can do, okay? This is just something that you can do, and I'll explain my reasoning why my splits look like this. Now, what you can do is you can go level your weapon right now and fight Notchka, which is the boss that's in that area, and then the area after will be Congregation, okay? So you can do that. That is how, like, I don't really want to say intended, but that's the most common way to do this run, is fighting Notchka and Congregation. The reason I do them after 3 Rottens is so that I have more levels, because Notchka was probably in the first half of the game my biggest reset. Every time I got there, some weird things happen. It was just completely awful. So you can go fight her if you're comfortable enough to do it that way. The reason I fight the 3 Rottens is, 1, because after Congregation we get a bonfire ascetic, so I can't fight the 4th one. So I have to go fight Notchka and Congregation to progress. But also, if you do 3 Rottens, you have a lot more levels, so you have to do a lot less hits on Notchka and Congregation to kill them. And since I switched it like this, I think this was like my 3rd or 4th run, it became so consistent. So just keep that in mind. You can do whichever one you want, okay? So we're gonna pop this soul. We're gonna get a +7 weapon, and then we're gonna head towards the bonfire after the first Dragon Rider. Let me fast forward it. Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. Before we do that, we're gonna go here and we're gonna get more arrows, okay? Just a little bit. We don't need too many for this next area. Now we're gonna go back here. So the reason I didn't get that many is because this area, like, yeah, you use arrows, but the area after is where you would use the most if Forlorn invaded you, and it just is awful. So I like to do this. I like to get through this place first and then go back and do everything, because I don't want to waste my time on actually, no, I'm sorry. I know why. It's because I don't have enough souls. That's why. So yeah, we just spent all of our souls leveling up our weapon. But also some things I'll do, I'll get them out of the way, and then I will come back later if I made it past a certain point. Because my thing is that if I can do something early, like an area or whatever that's really annoying that could be done later, I like to get things out of the way, because I don't like to waste my time, okay? I really don't. So if, like, say for instance, I don't know, take Dark Souls 1 for example, where 4 kings are. You remember how I kicked the ladder down and did that, got the shortcut? Now, what if I did that split way later and I got hit before that point, you know? So it's kind of like a waste of time. So that's how I always think of these runs. If you can do something earlier, or do a problematic area where you can level up before, like get more levels, and you can do that later, like Notchka for example, then do it like that, you know? It just helps. It helps your mentality. It really does. So we're gonna grab this bonfire, and then we're gonna shoot this dude here. You don't have to kill all of these enemies. You just have to kill this one guy. So we're just gonna shoot him with 3 arrows. If you just stand there, he'll never hit you with his arrow, so don't worry about that. And then I equipped the Chloranthy ring, which is something I always forgot. And then we're gonna light the torch, and we're gonna run through. The reason we light the torch is because there are like little beast enemies. I feel like they look like the nasty things from A Quiet Place, the movie. They look just like those things. And then we're gonna run down here, and notice I have my skulls equipped. We're gonna head past that dude that just woke up. If you see, he's getting up right there. And then go right before you head up the stairs, throw a lowering skull, because these 2 enemies are really annoying. Like, they're really annoying. They have some quick attacks, they're really fast, so yeah. I just throw a skull there just to be safe. These enemies right here, so they're scared of fire. And then we're gonna just drop here. Be very careful. Let me go back. Be very careful when you do this drop. So as you can see, where this item is here is where we're gonna drop to here. So just go to the edge, turn your camera, look down where you're going. This game, like if you just go off a ledge, sometimes you'll go a lot further than you think you're going. So just turn your camera, drop down. Don't go too slow, but you don't have to like speed rush it, you know? Because if you fall, you're gonna be in some crazy spot. There's archers, it's just really bad. And even if you try to homeward bone, the archers can actually shoot you while you're in that animation. So yeah, just be careful. And then you're done with that part, and you're gonna pull this lever here. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna use the bow to shoot the bell that's gonna bring the ship towards you so you can fight the boss. So just shoot this guy and shoot this guy over here. Try and go for headshots because it kills them a lot faster. And then just be careful with this dude. He can move around really crazily. So just keep that in mind. As you can see, and I'm really bad with aiming. I have the worst aim ever. And you see how he like moves and stuff. He's really annoying. I have no arrows left. I have one arrow. Boom. He stood still for me. So now I have to use my fire arrow. And here's the bell. And shoot a little bit above where you think, because the bow kind of, you know, goes downward. And then we're going to talk to Gavilan here. He wheels and he deals. We're going to get all of his poison arrows, and then we're going to just sell things that we don't need. You can see the things that I'm selling, like his armor and stuff. Just don't sell your armor that you got from the dude in the beginning. But yeah, you see all the stuff that I'm selling. Sometimes, like, I don't sell the rusted coins because I feel like they're good luck. I don't know. Just weird, man. So what I'm doing is I'm waiting for the ship to get there. And while I wait, I equipped my gold pine resin. Get our weapon out, get our resin out, and we're good to go. So we're going to drop down. And I like to go just straight down like this, because if you go down the normal way, there's one of those quiet place enemies that can come out and just sneak attack you. So yeah, we're just gonna run up here. We're gonna wait for right here and buff our weapon. And then we're gonna just head straight down to Flexile. I've honestly have never been hit by Flexile in any run at all. It's a really easy boss. So yeah, just know that. One tip is to keep the club one, not the sword one, the club one in front of you. Like, you want him to be attacking you. You don't want the sword guy to be facing you. I don't know what happens, because it's been so long since my first playthrough and my only playthrough. And when I started doing the no-hit runs, I just did this. So just learn their attacks. They do a 1, 2, or 3 combo, which are really easy to tell, like when they're going to follow up and stuff. So just space them. You don't even have to roll some of their attacks. You just kind of space them. 2 hits and back up. Do not get greedy. Don't go for 3. Just play it safe, and they're dead. Okay. So that is Flexile. So now we're going to head to the next area. So there's 2 different things that you can do. Okay. You can kill Flexile, or you can kill the Ruined Sentinels. Both bosses will bring you to the same point. But if you kill the Ruined Sentinels, you have to get another one of those branch things, which I don't remember how to do. I think you either buy it or whatever, or there's one in this area. I would refer to Darva for that. You can go watch his any percent. He does it really, really different than this. But essentially, we're going after the same thing, which is the bonfire ascetic. So I find that Flexile's just easier, and the area is easier to go through. So yeah, that's something to keep in mind. But I guess we're just doing, you're just doing it off of this run, right? But I'm just giving you a little, you know, a little flexibility to go about how you want. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to head in here. We're going to go to the elevator that's here. And we're going to head up. I'm just going to, I don't think I do anything special here. Yeah, all we do is pop the soul. And that's pretty much it. So we're just going to head up the elevator. And now if you just kind of turn your camera to the left, you'll see one of these is open, which has a bonfire. And that's where we'll stop the video right here. And I will pick up in part 3. Thank you guys for hanging out. I hope you guys are enjoying the tutorials. I'm trying to cover as much stuff as I possibly can and help you as best I can. But if there is something that... The thing is that I've done so many of these runs, so many resets, so many practice, that some things I might just skim over. And it's not on purpose. It's just, I'm just so used to it. But I'm trying to cover the things that I found that were difficult. So if you guys do have any questions, let me know below. And I will try to address those. Other than that, thank you for hanging out. I really appreciate that. And I'll catch you in the next one. Okay? Bye-bye.